Governments in the First World War feared one thing almost as much as military defeat: revolution. By 1917, with victory on the battlefield still elusive and morale weakening, both sides hoped to bring the enemy down from within. Strikes and unrest were sparks to be fanned into revolution, transforming the war. Film from 1917 of one of Germany's wildest dreams coming true. Russian troops stopped fighting on the Eastern Front.
It was funny to see our Ivans greeting the Germans. The Germans gave our lads wine and cigars, and they gave the Germans bread. It turned out that one of the Germans had a camera. He told us to stand in a line and took a picture. Later, the photographer asked our lads to come and collect the photos.
Governments worried how to contain war weariness, prevent discontent growing mutinous, stop mutiny becoming revolution. And governments realized that turning this problem on its head offered a startling opportunity. What if unrest could be harnessed, reined in hard in your own country, but spurred on in the enemy's? In Cairo and Dublin, Petrograd and Zurich, the Allies and Germans set agents working to exploit unrest and foment revolution. The glittering prize was to turn a whole people against its masters, taking it out of the war completely. In Russia, the Germans pulled it off, backing the Bolsheviks to hijack a spontaneous revolution. Russia in 1917 was war-weary. Huge losses, poor leadership and corruption, plus the nightmare logistics of a 900-mile front, left our army running on empty.
I don't know whether Russia's dream of destroying Germany will ever come true. Probably not. We have nothing to fight with. No rifles, no mortars, no explosives, no boots, no overcoats. Nothing.
But incredibly, Russia's army held the line. It was the home front that cracked first. Petrograd, now St. Petersburg, Russia's capital and industrial powerhouse, seethed with discontent. Its factories were swollen with workers, with little to eat and cramped housing. A demonstration on the 8th of March 1917 began peacefully.
It was a glorious sunny frosty day, and all the people were in an excellent mood. They were singing the Marseillaise and asking for bread.
but the Tsar ordered the protests crushed. On Znamenskaya Square, in the heart of Petrograd, the killing began. Sergeant Sergei Kopichnikov was there.
The ensign ordered the bugler to play 3 signals. Then he commanded, "Rifles, ready, aim, fire." Everybody scattered. One man was down. A woman fell.
Over 50 civilians were shot dead. The massacre forced Petrograd soldiers to choose whom to defend, the people or the Tsar. Back in barracks, Sergei Kopichnikov spoke to his comrades.
It would be better to die with honor than obey any further orders to shoot into the crowds. Our fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers and brides are begging for bread. Are we going to kill them?
They shot their duty officer dead and poured onto the streets, joining other mutineers and workers. British journalist Arthur Ransom cabled his office in London.
About 200 persons killed. Stop. Local police chief lying dead. Stop. Revolution definitely begun.
The troops gathered support at barracks and factories. They seized the city centre, set up barricades, occupied railway stations and the telephone exchange. Britain's military attaché, Sir Alfred Knox, was in the artillery administration when the building came under attack.
Outside came a great disorderly mass of soldiery. All were armed, and many had red flags fastened to their bayonets. Soon we heard the windows and door on the ground floor being broken in, and the sound of shots. Most of the officers were leaving the department by a back door.
In a matter of days, the Tsar's regime was spinning into freefall.
The revolution has begun. What happiness! The cursed autocracy is finally destroyed. The soldiers have gone onto the streets. The officers are hiding. It's all so unexpected, and everything's going at a gallop. We've all gone mad with joy.
Soldiers ordered into the city to restore control simply joined the mutiny. The Tsar was forced to abdicate, and a provisional government formed at the Taurida Palace. Russia's new rulers had their hands full running a war while riding a revolution. Germany looked to exploit the turmoil in Russia. And Russia's allies, Britain and France, crossed their fingers. They too had experienced worker discontent. March 1916. Londoners gather at Tower Hill to protest against conscription. There was also opposition in Scotland, inspired by the fiery speeches of trade union leader Willie Gallagher.
Thousands of our fellows have sacrificed their lives fighting against the very Prussianism they now propose to foist upon us here. Workers of the Clyde, you must prepare for action. When this loathsome enemy of freedom raises its head, you must strike and strike to kill.